guarding the Republic through reason, history, and honest conversation, where duty meets discourse and liberty finds its voice. Together we stand watch as citizens, freelanders, and centenniers, the defenders and guardians of liberty, freedom, and the Republic itself. So grab your favorite adult beverage and join me at the Sentinel Republic.
Oh, bartender, that'll be a double shot of your very best watered down gin right here.
Hello and welcome back to the Sentinel Republic. And I know it's been a while. I do apologize. I know it's been a few months, I think. But at this point, I'll try to go into what's been going on since I have been gone off of here. I know I meant to come in. I actually done a couple videos and I just never uploaded them. They just didn't feel like the right timing and whatnot, and I don't think there is a right timing on any of this stuff, but anyway, I just wanted to update everyone where I was at on everything. My fiction series is getting closer. I know I've been promising that for a long time. I did approve interior design, have approved, I should say, a lot of the other stuff that's going along with it. The second book is done with copy editing and has moved on into the interior design. Third book is complete, and I need to raise some more money for that one to be finished copy editing. As well as the fourth book is also done. Fifth book is about, I'd say 3/4 done now. For the fifth book, it is a new split. I did split off. I had to add a book. Ran out of space, and that kind of caused me to reevaluate how the series is. So I do have 11 books in my series now. The Sentinel Republic is also done. The sixth book, it is finished. It came out extremely well, in my opinion. It's probably my favorite book. Seventh book, The Devil's Forge, is also about half to 3/4 done. And books, the Day of Reckoning, book 8, I think it is not, I haven't even started it yet, except for the outline and details and some things. It's, for whatever reason, the least complete book is going to be a tough one to write for me. Ninth book I have worked on, and it's actually about half done, give or take. And the 10th book I haven't started either. And the 11th book I've finished the ending. So I know how the ending of the series is going to be. I've always had the vision of how the series is going to end. I did complete the last 5 chapters of that book. I have the prologue and the beginning of that book done too. So it's coming along, and I feel it is looking really good. With all that said, I've been just busy writing, continuing on that, but what has else kept me busy and kept me away from my YouTube channel is the fact that as you can see, that way, I always forget which way I'm going. I am running for Senate for Colorado District 35. It doesn't say that on my thing there. I need to probably update that a little bit better. But that is going to be my, it's on the back, that's right. So I do have a postcard I'm be getting out. I do have it on my signs, but I am running for Colorado State Senate for District 35 here, which is the largest district in the state, I believe. It encompasses pretty much the southeast corner of the state, east of Springs, east of Pueblo, all the way down Lamar, La Junta, Los Animas, Trinidad, all the way up to Lyman, quite a bit all around, and plus Falcon, where I live here in Colorado Springs area, and the Black Forest area is all encompassed in this large district. It was offered to me by the Libertarian Party. I know I've always kind of kept my party stuff pretty clear that I didn't much care for parties and Republicans and Democrats. I have been a registered Libertarian for quite a long time. I do support quite a bit of the libertarian platform, obviously. I mean, everyone has to different degrees on different things, but I am always had pretty libertarian principles, a lot of freedom, small government, um, a lot of individual accountability and choices. So I've always kind of allied myself with them. I decided to kind of, since I got my book going with the Sentinel Republic, I wanted to get more debate into it and I wanted to discuss with more people. So I did go to the convention this year up in Denver, and they did offer me just prior to that a, this to be nominated for this position. So just to try, it was 3 or 4 years before I was looking to really go into this, to be honest with you. But what happened was, before I went to the convention in Denver for the state convention for the Libertarians, I ended up going to the county, El Paso County convention, and talked to a few fellers, gave out a few of my books, and gals, and got nominated from someone there to be vice chair of the El Paso County Libertarians. So now I'm vice chair of the El Paso County Libertarian Party. So it is quite of an honor to be recognized for that. And my kind of a no-name person walking in off the street. I'm trying to build my brand, obviously, and I'm trying to make a difference. And I do want to do what's best for Colorado and my kids and the future of this state, because this state is being run like my poor Rockies. At least this year they're doing a little better finally, but wouldn't be surprised next year they trade Holiday and Condon or Hunter Goodman and everyone else. So that would be pretty sad. But with all that said, it is a experiment for me. Yeah, am I convinced I'm going to win? I mean, you can never have that kind of thing. There are 4 people running in my district. There is a Republican and Democrat and an unaffiliated who's, I think, a Democrat that didn't go in the primary or something. So it looks like the Democrats vote split there. I can't tell if that's a DSA or Democratic Socialist or platform or whatever they're doing down there, but I don't really want to run into anyone else's race or what they're doing. I'm just going to put my message out, build my name a little bit, get an idea of what needs to be done to run for some position like this so I have experience. I am not accepting down donations, and don't even try to donate to me personally. I do not want money. I do not believe money should be part of politics. Not in that regard. I don't believe in fundraising. I don't believe in, because once I think you take money from somebody, you owe them favors and you get manipulated into voting the way you want, or the way they want you to vote, should I say. I'm doing this strictly as a standalone in that regard candidate. Libertarians have my name on their flyers and everything else as well, which I'm really grateful for. I wish I had put another flyer for me. I am trying to help out as much as I can with the libertarian principles and the libertarian candidates. I do have, of course, 4 kids that I got to deal with as well, and other commitments with my books and everything. So it does take a bit of time, and I'm starting to learn how this whole process has been a learning experience for me to know what I need to file with the state, the tracer, and everything else that you have to file, and budgeting and expenditures. And I don't have a committee. I'm doing it all on my own, obviously, and I'm not, like I say, I'm not taking donations. So anything I buy is going to be self-funded for me, by me. I did my signs, I did the banners, I did some things. If some other people do some things on their own, that's on them. I'll always appreciate any help. If anyone ever wants to reach out and help out with me and help my campaign, want signs in their yard or something, I will try to round up some more signs for you. I currently have about 10. I have one in my house, and I have a banner and a couple other things. If anyone wants to display on a major road or something, I'm more than grateful if you reach out to me. Of course, you need to be in my district probably, and would be beneficial because it wouldn't be helping to go into Colorado Springs. I might leave a few at certain places that will accept them and show them, but it is a new experience for me, and something I've always wanted to do. I do hope to get to that position someday, where I can run for Congress. Always been a dream of mine, um, and I have mentioned that before. Um, I would love to give my speech about sortition and how I view the nation going forward, and try to build on what we can to make our country even better than what it is. Um, I'm excited for that kind of thing. I got a couple other announcements. I do plan to start getting back on here regularly on Fridays, like I used to. I want to start building the channel base again, to get my campaign messages out there. I do have a link on the back of my card that I will have out to have people view my channel. I want to start getting into the top tens I always talked about, going through like top 10 worst politicians, top 10 best politicians. I mean, I do feel like there's some good ones and there's some bad. Most of them are, how I feel about that. But I do feel like there's a couple good ones out there that do the right thing. Even a couple Democrats, a couple Republicans, and that are out there trying to make a difference. And even though they might disagree on things, I don't mind disagreement. I don't mind debate. I don't mind people. I try to look at both sides of the stories. I never try to single out one side. Sit on and watch Fox News all day and preach Fox, or sit on MSNBC or whatever it is nowadays, and ramble on about CNN or whatever. To me, that gets us nowhere. It just causes more division and grief. And I think both sides skew all their stories, of course. I think the truth's always somewhere in the middle, somewhere from both sides. I think there should be some more bipartisanship that we have. And unfortunately, that's democracy at work. And I can go into why I believe that, and I do in my book. And I don't want to sit here and say I'm anti-democratic, because obviously I make that point in my first opening moments, because sortition and other things all sound anti-democratic, and I get that. But that's why I prefaced the book with my description of democracy and why unchecked democracy, like these people, like people that support unchecked democracy and DSA and other things, can cause it's caused too much division. And why does democracy cause division? And that's easy. It's because of the 50-50 pendulum split. So, and that's why democracy is not in the Constitution, by the way, and that's why the founders didn't found us as a democracy, is because they recognized from works of Plato and Aristotle and Athens and stuff that I talk about in my Sentinel Republic book, why democracy is essential, yet unchecked democracy can lead to tyranny and fascism and dictatorships and breakdown of society. And we have to protect against that, and that's what the Sentinel Republic's about to do, is set about to do anyway. I do hope the message comes across well. I am working on a second edition, and I do hope to have it out in a couple years. I believe my second edition will go into better detail to make a better understanding of what I was saying. I think I missed the mark on a couple little things. I don't think I explained my tax system well enough. I don't believe I even showed my designs and ideas of sortition, how it would work, even the best. I went through a couple scenarios and a couple things I know, but they're being in some debates recently, and I'm talking about it. I think it can even be improved upon and made even better, just by narrowing down how we can realign everything. And that gets me to the Great American Reset. So we're sitting at a precipice, I believe, right now of what is this country going to do? And I want to preface this as well, that I'm not against the Constitution. I'm not against anything, our structure of our country. I want to preface that. As a matter of fact, all I'm trying to do is enhance it so we can move forward together again as one nation. And right now, what do we have? We have a ton of division. We have a ton of breakdowns. We have a ton of voices. We have a ton of hate for both sides especially in the two-party system and the way it's breaking down at the moment. I see a great breakdown of the party system, obviously. And you see it with the Democratic Socialists and the left and the liberals, and the Democrats are kind of fracturing. You see it on the right with the MAGA and the Republicans, and some that believe Trump supports Israel too much, and or are fighting this war in Iran too much, and not focusing on what he should be, which we can all agree or disagree on. But it is causing division between both ranks. You've seen the parties with Marjorie Taylor Greene and Massey and all these other ones breaking out, and things going that way. The Epstein files, I think, has caused a lot of major problems with the Republican Party and Trump. And I think they deserve what's going to happen either which way. I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest with you. I see certain. If one for the DSA, I think the Democrats would easily win coming up. But that has fractured a lot of people, because I think the majority of Americans are very anti-socialist. And they can sit here and preach that it's not socialism all they want, but you can go in their detailed reads of all their charters and what they believe in, and they have it right in there what they're wanting to do with that. And that is the greatest threat to this country, is socialism. And I can go into why communism, socialism, Marxism are all threats to any kind of society, and they've been tried, they've been tested, and obvious breakdown. They can yell about Norway or whatever, all these garbage things they want to say, examples. We ain't Norway. They don't have our population. They don't have our setup. I get tired of us being compared to Europe. We're Americans, first off. We have a different culture. We have a different method of freedom. We have things that Norway and Europe shouldn't be. If you like Norway so much, go move over there and see how easy it is for you. Let's try other countries. I get tired of hearing people comparing us. Oh, this is how Germany is. My family might have been from Germany. I don't care. No, we're American at this point. We're all blending in. We're trying to separate people too much with race and locations and other countries. We are the greatest nation that has ever existed on this planet. Whether they want to blame slavery in the end, what makes us illegitimate, I wasn't around for slavery, neither was my family. All the people that were around for slavery are not around anymore either, and we still dwell on our oppression. But then again, Romans enslaved everybody. We can go back and look at everything here where people were tribes, and Native Americans enslaved each other all the time. Even their own people would capture another tribe and cross a street and take people hostage and enslave them. That's the way nature has been. We have evolved from that at this point. And you can talk about reparations. I mean, you can tell, but then you can look at all the people that died in the Civil War. Were they not reparation? How much were their lives worth that sacrificed their lives to fight slavery and end slavery? And it wasn't all just about slavery, of course, the Civil War, but that was one of the main topics, obviously. But in my opinion, I think slavery would have ended on its own in 12 to 15 years. And I will stick by that, and I believe that. it was starting to crumble as it was. Pressure from the north, pressure from the other worlds in England and everywhere else was going to eventually erode down slavery in the South. And it so happened. We have moved into a new age, my friends. This is now a new age. We are in a modern age. We should be acting like modern age. We have so much going for our country, so much going for the world. I see great things from Canada and maybe an alliance of one or more thing, but yet the division of these of people of socialism has really kind of scared a lot of people into believing that, you know, freedom and liberty are needed. And I think people are so reliant on Big Brother and the government to take care of them. Could you know, let's ask a question. Can you go out and grow your own food right now? Are you able to go out and hunt for your own food right now? You know, that's how what happened in Russia when when Stalin and Lenin had taken over and became the Soviet Union. It is well and good at first. You get all that money, you get all that productivity still. But when the nation takes over your form of productivity and all your growing and your farming and all your society, eventually you have enough food. And that's how the Great Famine happens in Russia. And how many people died in that? I know it was a million or so. I want to remember how many people it was, but it's quite a few. Um, you know, it was great famine, and that's what happens in these socialist societies. Eventually people, it's all well and good, you got free healthcare, you got free education, you got free everything taken care of you by the state, and all you have to do is do your part. But the problem is you have no, your ambitions are quelled. It is a great system, form of government if you have no ambition, no greed, no strive to do better, no strive for greatness. Yeah, socialism, Marxism, and communism, great. Sounds great. But you're ruled by a ruling class essentially that tells you what to do. A comrade, they call themselves comrades. They don't believe that. That's the problem with it. They got their food, they got all their stuff, but you as a regular person eventually are swept to the rug, underneath the rug, and are gone after they take power. And there's no way to get it back because everything is run by the government. Weapons are taken away from the lower classes and the common citizens, and that's what, you know, the Socialist Party of Germany did with Hitler. They took away everyone's weapons, no way to fight back, and that's where you see all these problems in Africa and other locations. You know, Iran. The people have no way to fight back. So what do? We accept their refugees. We accept all these people come fleeing those hellholes like Cuba and Venezuela and everywhere else, and they come here. And they come here and they don't understand our ways, and they're thrown into our society, and they have no clue what freedom and liberty is because they've been taken care of by the state, so they have no education, no way to take care of themselves, no resources. Now they got all. So what we have to do? We have to provide the resources. We have to provide the health care. We have to provide all this stuff to these people, and boy, do they love it. And they are here, and we are paying for it. Nothing is free. Not one thing is free. You can say free run education. No, that school down the road costs a lot of money. Those teachers are getting paid. And then you got to go to the administrators are getting paid lots of money. And I don't want to harp on schools because schools are essential. The way it's run is not the way it should be, but at the same time, schools are essential. We need to have an educated populace, and we have to have civic discourse and debate and civilized society. So education, of course, is needed, but why at a federal level? Why at the locations of that? And everyone has to be the same, although we are a nation of states with a lot of different cultures, a lot of different state beliefs, a lot of different individual beliefs. We need more localized education systems. state run at the very minimum, or very maximum, I should say, not federally run. But with all that said, I don't want to go into these topics too much, and I want to keep this video relatively short. And it's already gone over 20 minutes, and that's longer than I was hoping. I will do some more individual videos on certain topics. We'll try to be better at updating. I hope to have a new video every Friday. I might try to pop in some top 10 ones. I do want to try to get some of those done. I do have a lot of ideas on those, and I've had a couple I've kind of thought about and wanting to go into, not just, politicians and politics. I want to talk about, books and movies and pulp culture and other events and stuff going on, especially historical, my top 10 civilizations, governments maybe, or um, all those kind of things. I do want to make this a fun channel, an educational channel for everybody. And I'm welcoming everyone's comments. I do like to hear what people think. I do hope, and if anyone wants to discuss anything, I do value opinions, and I do want to hear from you. If you want to contact me or anything, you can through the channel here in comments. I do try to check into them. At least I will try to watch them more carefully. I do try to respond to people when I can. Like I say, I am obviously got a lot on my plate at the moment with my books and my campaign here and other things that I'm working on. I do hope it goes really well. And, I mean, all I'm asking is see where it goes and what we can do to make things better. And welcome everyone's opinions. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. It does help me engage. I do not want to be monetized. I'm not really going for money. I'm not wanting to, I want to keep this an open discussion. If it happens, it happens. If I get 10,000 people like my channel, then, or whatever it is needed to be there, then I look at that to help me maybe raise some money for flyers and things. But I mean, we'll see where it goes. I want to try to keep, I mean, I'd say I'd try to keep my books and stuff away from it, but at the same time, my book, especially my nonfiction, is part of why I'm doing this. So, and it is for research for my own future books and other events and information for me. So, I do hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was maybe unexpected, or so. I know a lot of my friends and close associates and or friends and family know exactly what I've been doing here, but I do apologize. I've been away for so long. I do hope to like I say, keep this going. Even when I win, I do hope to keep I want to have an open discussion while I am, if I do win somehow. I want to make this transparent and open up and talk about bills coming up and discussion about bills, and I would like to keep that open communication with everybody who wants to support me and are in the district. I would love for them to join the channel just to keep it up what's going on. And I want to make Colorado the state that I remember. The state I remember that I've been here forever, and it's not what I remember anymore. And it's being eroded by a lot of these things coming out of Denver and eroding our freedom and liberty, and we can't have that. And eventually we're going to be in a bad way, and the economy won't support itself. You already have people that can't afford to do businesses in like Aspen and other places, and with affordability and taxes, and we can't support certain things. So I do hope to make a difference, and I do appreciate your vote if you do vote for me and are in my district, and anyone who wants to support me. With all that said, I hope everyone has a great rest of the day and Friday. Look forward to the discussions that come out of this. thanks again and for joining me, and hope you have a great rest of the day.